I hate scalpers, and I'm guessing you do too. But what happens when the company selling the product starts acting like one? It's a question I've been asking myself a lot recently, and I don't know if it's me overreacting or if something's changing in the hobby. Welcome to Created by the Butler, where everything is hand-picked for collectors. I'm Stephen, and you're being served by the Butler. So a bit of context first. Topps acquired Fanatics back in January of 2022, and since then they've took over existing licenses while securing a number of new licenses for sports, entertainment, you name it. Most recently, Topps got the license back for the Premier League from Panini, which this whole thing revolves around. Now I'll be honest, I'm not a hardcore football card collector. My collecting is more based on Garbage Pail Kids, WWE, Star Wars, Marvel, and other pop culture themes. But my 14-year-old nephew is massively into his football cards, and since we collect together, it's how I get pulled into it too. Back in August of 2025, Topps released their first Premier League cards, and they were great. We had packs, boxes, starter sets, all easily available and all reasonably priced. Exactly what you want, especially for getting kids into the hobby. Then, in September, the hobby boxes dropped. These were £145 retail, with 8 packs per box and 25 cards per pack, which included 3 autograph or relic cards per box, and at least one of those being an autograph card. It's a proper premium product with guaranteed hits. With stock sold out online and living in London, I made the very short trip to the Fanatics store on Regent Street on release day. There was no chaos, no drama, no madness, just a short queue, and it was 1 box per person. I secured one at retail price for £145. Later that evening, when my nephew got home from school, we opened it. Now, if you've ever opened packs yourself, you know exactly what it's like. The excitement, the randomness, the chance of pulling something amazing. And we did get some fairly decent hits. So naturally, we wanted more. But by that point, everything was sold out. And then you go online and suddenly those £140 boxes are £250, £300 on the secondary market. And that's where the scalpers come in. Look, I hate scalping. It makes the hobby harder to access, especially for children, and it turns what should be fun into an investment game. But at the same time, I get it. Supply, demand, and people want to make money. So I do understand that, and I do get it, especially on the secondary market. Now here's where things start to feel a bit off. In late October, we go back to Fanatics again, and suddenly they've got loads of Premier League hobby boxes in stock. It's not 1 per person or limited, there's stacks of them. So we decide to buy 2 more. We get to the counter and we're asked for £400. So, from £140 to £200. Let that sink in for a moment. That's a £60 rise in just over a month. Now I'll be honest, I could have easily said no, I'm not buying it at that price. But I could see the excitement on my nephew's face, and we're thinking maybe we'll pull something big, maybe it'll be worth it. Now we fast forward to January of this year. We're back in Fanatics again, having a browse, and we notice they've still got Premier League hobby boxes in stock. I inquire about them, and I'm told they're now £260. Just think about that, from £140 to £200 to £260. And that's the moment where I stopped and thought, hang on, isn't this exactly what scalpers do? When an individual buys something low and sells it for a higher price, we call it flipping or scalping, and most of us hate it. But when a company itself does it, they call it supply and demand. The difference here is Fanatics own the product, they control the supply. So when the prices go up like that, it feels less like the market and more like a decision. And then they say they'll remove the shrink wrap when buying one to stop people reselling. So, hold on, you're charging me nearly double, but also telling me what I can and can't do with it. Now I understand how business works. Demand goes up, prices usually follow. But the manufacturer, producer, or the owner of the product usually remain consistent. It's the secondary market where prices usually rise. Let's look at this another way. You don't see the Pokémon companies suddenly raising prices for elite trainer boxes when the product becomes scarce or in huge demand. Yeah, thanks Scalpers for that one. Or Labubu's, Popmart. You didn't see Popmart, who produced Labubu's, suddenly raise the price from say £18 to £30, £40, £50 because the demand went up. And the latest craze for Nidos. You don't walk into Smith's Toy Superstores and see a £5 or £10 Nido suddenly retailing at £30, £35, £40 just because the demand is there. No, it's the scalpers that do that and the secondary market. So let's go back to that original question. Are Fanatics becoming worse than the scalpers? No, I don't think they are. However, they are getting closer to that line than I actually feel comfortable with. Because when the companies start acting like the resellers, the hobby changes, and certainly not for the better. So I'm genuinely curious. Am I missing something here? Or are you seeing the same thing? Let me know your views on this in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. Thanks for watching. You've been served by the Butler.